Hey everybody, this is Yuri, and I am here in the home of the amazing, wonderful Goran Ivanovic. How are you today?
Great to see you, my friend, and welcome to my home.
I'm so glad to be here, and today we're going to show you some acoustic guitar recording techniques with the SM4 large diaphragm condenser mic. Let's go! Before we talk about microphone placement, let's talk a little bit about how the guitar makes sound. When Goran plays these strings, they're attached to this bridge right here, and that bridge transfers that energy to the soundboard at the very, very top of the guitar and to the rest of the body of the instrument. Now, the body of the instrument is actually pressed against him, so the vast, vast majority of the sound you hear coming out of the guitar is going to come from the soundboard in the very, very front out. So when you're miking a guitar, you're really thinking about where you're positioning your mics in relation to the surface area of this soundboard. One common thing that people do is put the microphone right up on the sound hole. Now, there's nothing actually wrong with that, but the sound hole is not really the part of the guitar that makes the sound. The sound hole is actually a pressure release opening to allow for better movement and better vibration of the rest of the soundboard of the guitar. So when I do these mic placements, I usually focus on placing microphones somewhere along the body to get as much projection of the sound of the instrument as possible. Another common question that comes up is how far away from the instrument do you put the microphones? That is a little bit more of a judgment call. Usually what I do as a technique is I start about a foot away, maybe a foot and a half, and then listen to the sound in my headphones. And if I feel like it needs a little bit more detail, I'll move the microphone a little bit closer. If I feel like I want to capture more of the broad sound of the instrument and a little bit less of those details, I'll move the microphone back. But again, there's no real rule behind any of that. It's just a matter of personal taste. Position 1 is putting the microphone where the body of the guitar meets the neck of the guitar, either the 14th fret if it's a modern acoustic guitar, or the 12th fret if it's a classical acoustic guitar. This position is common if you want to emphasize the brightness of the instrument. Position 2 is to point the microphone at the guitar near the sound hole. This allows a good balance between the body of the guitar and the brightness you would get near the neck of the guitar. Position 3 is to point the microphone somewhere near the bridge of the guitar. This emphasizes the fullness of the sound that comes from the body of the instrument. Finally, position 4 is to move the microphone a little bit further back. That way, it lets the instrument project sound a little bit more, and you get a nice blend of the entire instrument and the room that it's in. Now let's put on a pair of headphones and listen to each of these mic placements. For Goran's performance, I used a stereo miking technique which combines position 1 and position 3. 3 is going to be on the left side, and 1 is going to be on the right side from the audience's perspective. All right, so can you tell us a little bit about your guitars and what you're going to play?
Sure. As you know, I sort of dabble between classical styles, improvised music, and my original music, so I like to have at least few instruments always ready to go. And this was actually sent to me yesterday by a great company, Waterloo Guitars from Austin, Texas. And so on this particular guitar, I would play some more of Americana styles. This guitar is a flamenco, Spanish flamenco style guitar made by Altamira Guitars. And on this one, I'm going to play a very famous piece called Capriccio Arabe by Francisco Tárrega.
Amazing. Let's do this.